Welcome back, first graders. We are on chapter 18 about learning how to tell time, and now we're on lesson 3. If you want to follow along in your textbook, it's on page 152. This is the book we're not going to write in, remember? Okay, so now I want you to look at these 4 pictures. These are 4 different times of the day that I think this is Alex. I'm not sure what this young man's name is. But now this clock is stopped at different times throughout the day. Not on the hour and not on the half hour, but certain minutes past the hour. And for that, we're going to need to learn how to count by 5s. Because if you remember, our clock has all those little lines that go around it. You remember our clock face? And each one of those is 5 minutes. So from 12 to 1, that represents 5 minutes of time. And then another 5 minutes, and another 5 minutes, and another 5 minutes, until we go all the way around to how many? Right, 60 minutes. So we're going to have to learn to count by 5s. So I've made a chart. I'll have one in your packet so you can look at how to count by 5s. We start at 1, and I have all the 5s written in red. Now you may already know how to count by 5, which I think is totally cool if you do. But if you don't, it's okay. We can learn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So it's 5, 10, 15. All right? If we count by 5s. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Count with me, okay? 31, 32, 33, 34. I don't go really fast. 35. 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Good. 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. 51, 52, 53, 54, 55. 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. Good. Let's try it by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. See how it kind of has a rhythm to it? I like counting by 5s. When I learned how to count by 5s, you couldn't stop me because I just love counting by 5s. Okay, now here's the tricky part. 5 minutes past the hour is actually on the 1 o'clock on our clock. Let's look at our clock again. Look at our clock. You see the number 1? That represents 5 minutes. You see the number 2? That represents 10 minutes. And that's why I put this on the side. So the number 3 on our clock, that's 15 minutes past the hour. That we also say is a quarter past. A quarter, Mrs. Marshall, where did that come from? A quarter. Okay, let me tell you how that came about. Remember, we've got a circle. This is our circle. This is our clock. It's a big circle. And we did a half, didn't we, for the 30. Half of the circle was 30. Well, you know what? A quarter of the circle is 15. This is a fraction of our circle, and you're going to learn all about fractions next year in 2nd grade. But for right now, you just need to know that this is 15 minutes, 5, 10, 15 minutes, which is a quarter of an hour or a quarter of 60 minutes. Okay? And when we write a quarter, we write 1 over 4. And a half is 1 over 2. Not important that you know that, but it's information that you're going to need next year, and you will learn it again and again and again. Okay? So let's come back over to our chart. Let's try by fives again, just because it's so much fun. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. I hope you counted with me, and you're going to memorize that for this unit, okay? 15 also means a quarter past 15. 20 is at the 4. The 4 on our clock is equal to 20 minutes. The 5 on our clock is equal to 25 minutes. 25 minutes past the hour. If your minute hand is on the 5, that means 25 minutes past the hour. Okay? 30, we already know, that's half past. That's the 6, half past. 7 is 35 minutes past the hour. The number 8 is 40 minutes past the hour. And the number 9 is 45 minutes past the hour. Now here's another tricky thing about the 45. That means a quarter till the hour. So let's look at our circle again. Let's pretend that our minute hand now is on this side, and there's this much left to go of the hour. It's not this one. This one's already, it's this much left to go. And that's why we say till, until. It's 15 minutes until the next hour, which is at the 12 o'clock. Okay? And 12 o'clock, if you see at the bottom of our thing, that's the right on the hour. It's exactly that time, o'clock. Okay? I know it's a little bit confusing at first, but you'll get the hang of it. We'll make a chart and we'll go over it a couple of times so you'll get used to what we're talking about. So now let's look at this first vignette, as I call it, this little cell, a comic cell. What time is it? Well, let's look at it. Look at your book. It's probably more clear than what this is. The small hour hand. It's pink, and it's going straight at the 10, isn't it? I think I can get it a little bit clearer now, maybe not. It's going at the 10, and then the minute hand, it's covering the 1, isn't it? It's on the 1. So it's 5 minutes past the hour. It's 5 minutes past 10. And you remember how we write that? First the hour, and then however many minutes past. And because we have 60 minutes, we have to make sure that if it's only 5, we put a 0 in front because we don't want it to be confused with the number 50. Okay, so you always want to put a 0 in. And that equals 10:05. Let's look at the one with his dog and the ball. What time is that? Well, the hour hand is pointing to the 11, isn't it? The pink one. Look at your book. It's probably a little clearer than my projector. And then this is on the 3. The 3 is 15 minutes past the hour. So you could say it's 11:15. He was going to play ball with his dog at 11:15. 11:15, so that's 11:15, right? 11:15. But what's another way we say that? We say quarter past. So we could say 11:15 or 11, or a quarter past 11 is how we say it. Or a quarter past 11. 11:15 or a quarter past 11. Now let's look at this one. Looks like he's about to have a snack after school, maybe. Or just a mid-afternoon snack, or tea. Maybe this is tea. Short hand on the 3. Long hand on the 9. Where's our 9? Let's look at our 9. It's 45 minutes past the hour. 45 minutes past. Look at, it's almost going to be 3 o'clock. It started at 2, and now the long hand has come, the minute hand has come all the way. It started at 12, remember? It's come all the way around, and now it's at the 9. It's 45 minutes. It's 45 minutes past 2, not 3. Even though it's pointing at 3, that's kind of tricky, isn't it? Because it's almost 3. It's 1/4 till 3. Because here's this half of the circle, right? It's 1/4 till 3. But it's also just 45 minutes past 2. So when we write that, it's 2:45. You can't write 1/4 till 3 in this format. This is how you write it in this format. 2:45. Here's the hour and there are the minutes. Okay? That was a tricky one. You got to be careful for those tricky ones. So let's look at this one. The shorthand or the hour hand is pointing to the 8. The long hand is pointing to the 10. The 10 we know is 50 minutes past the hour. So this started at 7 o'clock and then this went around all this way to get to here, and that was 50 minutes. So that the way to write that is 7:50. Can't be confused because it's looking at the 8. But it's also 10 minutes until 8, right? 10 minutes till the next hour. But we can't write that like this. We have to write it this way with the hour and the minutes, okay? But if it's this close to the next hour, sometimes people say, oh, it's 10 minutes to 8, rather than say it's 7:50. You more often hear 10 minutes until 8, okay? People like it to be simpler, and that's how they say it. 10 minutes to 8. Let's look at the next page. Okay? And here's our clock that we can actually write our numbers in. This is where you may want to stop the video and really look at this if I go too quickly. All right? 5 minutes past 10. This is the hour hand, this is the minute hand. It's 10 o'clock right here, exactly 10 o'clock, right? And we can write that right here. That is exactly 10 o'clock. And now look at, it's gone 5 minutes past 10. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 little minutes, 5 minutes past 10, or 10:05. 10:05 is how they say that. We read this as 10:05. Look at here. Number one. 5 minutes past. There it is. It all equals right there. Okay? And here we've got it written here. So what's the number 2? It's 10 minutes past. It's 10 minutes, isn't it? Because if we counted these little lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There it is. 10 minutes past. So the 3 is going to equal 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's 15 minutes. There it is, 15 minutes for the 3. And remember, we also say 1/4 past, okay? We also say it's 1/4 past the hour. Right here, okay? Now let's look at number 4, or the number 4 on our clock. If we're at 15 here, 16, 17, 18, 19, it's 20. 20, there it is. 4, 20 minutes past the hour. So now, if this clock had the minute hand on the 4 and it was at the 10, 10 and 4, it would be 20 minutes past 10, wouldn't it? Good. What's the 5? What does the 5 equal? Good. 25 minutes past. 25 minutes past. The 30 we already know, that's half past, right? The 6 equals 30 minutes or half past the hour. That was lesson from yesterday. Half past. How about the 7? If this is 30, we have to go 5 more. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Good. 35. Here it is. 35 minutes past the hour. If we were using this clock and the minute hand was here at the 7, it would be 10:35. Okay? 10:35. How about the 8? 40 minutes past. Let's double check and count. 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. 40 minutes past. Okay? 40 minutes past right there on the 8. Okay, now it's another tricky one. The 45 on the 9. 9 is 45 minutes past the hour. If we wanted to put 10 and then have the minute hand go to the 9, we would write that as 9:45 because the hour comes first and the minutes come right behind. But sometimes when we talk and we tell time, we really want to know what hour it's closest to. So we say 9:45 is also a quarter until 10. It's a quarter till 10 because remember with our circle, if we're here at 9, we've got a quarter to go before we get to our o'clock, right? We've only got a quarter of the circle to go before we get to our clock. And that's why we say 45 minutes past or a quarter till whatever the next hour is. Okay? Good. What's this one? If this is 45, we started at 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Good. 50. And then if it's 50, if the minute hand is on the 50, we could say, 50 minutes past the hour, but like I said, we really want to say what's the closest hour because that's kind of how we tend to tell time during the day. We want to know what's the closest hour. And it's really closer to the o'clock. So it's 10 minutes more until the next hour, depending on where your hour hand is pointing. All right? So 50 minutes past, if we were going to write that as 9, if it was like this clock up here, it would be 9:50 because it would be 9 o'clock would be here and then it would come around to this here and it would be almost 10, but not quite. It'd be 10 minutes more till 10 or 9:50. That's how we'd have to write it if we wanted to write it down. All right? The next one, if we're at 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55. Now, if your longhand is on the 55, that means how many left to go before 60? How many before 60 after 55? 5 minutes. 5 minutes. It's almost the hour. It's only 5 minutes. So that's why we say 5 minutes till. Okay? 5 minutes till the hour. And then if it's on the 12, of course, it's o'clock. And that's why they've got a 0 in the top of the clock there. 60 minutes total, but it starts at 0. All right? So when you make your clock, you can put those minutes along the outside too, so that can help you. All right? Let's go to the next page. All right. May had a soccer practice at what time? There's the clock. Here's the clock right here. You tell me what time is that. We just talked about When the big hand's on the 1, big hand's on the 1, 5 minutes passed. And if you wanted to, you could count the little lines and you would see it's 5 minutes past 10. And when we write that, we write it 10:05. And we say 10:05. 10:05 is when her practice is. It's kind of a weird time for a practice to start, but you know, maybe her coach likes to be really prompt and right on time. She played with her dog at this time. Now here's that tricky one. Here's that quarter hour. You see that? How they've got it all colored in? It's a quarter hour. So you can say a quarter past 11 or 11:15. Let's look over here. It's on the 3. 15 minutes. 11:15 or a quarter past. 11:15 or a quarter past. There are 15 minutes in a quarter hour. 1/4. Okay? She had a snack at what time? What time do we say that is? Now here's the shorthand. This is the hour hand. And this is the minute hand. Now we know that when the minute hand is on this side of the clock, it started at 12 because this is the direction the clock goes. We know that. That is clockwise, and that's really important to know. If it started at 12, that means it's come all this way, which is number 9. How many minutes past the hour? It's 45 minutes past the 2, not the 3. It looks like it's pointing to the 3 because it's almost to the 3. So that's why it's tricky. When the long hand is on this side, that means there's only this far to go before it's going to be 3 o'clock. So it's 45 minutes past the hour, but we also say it's a quarter till the next hour. It's 15 minutes until the next hour. You could also say it's 15 minutes till 3, but normally you hear it's a quarter till 3. Okay? But I want you to see how even though this hand is pointing to almost to the 3, to write this out, it's actually 2:45. 2:45 because it started at 2 and the minute hand came all the way around here to the 45, and that when that rotated, so did the hour hand, and the hour hand is now almost on the 3. It's not quite on the 3 yet, but it's almost there. Okay? Then she took a bath at what time? Let's look at that one. She took a bath at what time in the evening? Well, here they've written it, 7:50, and it's 10 minutes before what time? Before 8 o'clock. Good. I'm glad you saw that. Before 8 o'clock. So this hand only has this far to go, doesn't it? 10 minutes. We could count them if we wanted to, but we know it's 10 minutes. And that means then this arrow, this hand would be exactly at the 8 when this minute hand goes up to the 12. Okay? It's not quite there yet, but it will be after it goes the 10 minutes. All right? 10 minutes. 50 minutes past, 10 minutes till. They're the same time. That's the same time. 50 minutes past the hour or 10 minutes till. It's 2 different ways to say it. You see? 7:50. That's 50 minutes past or 10 minutes before. Good. It's kind of tricky, but you'll get it. Okay. Let's continue on tomorrow. We still have a couple of more pages, and I don't want this to go too long. Second half tomorrow. I'll see you then.